Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Vivek Ramaswamy in the game. Boom. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's get situated. What am I doing here? What am I doing? There we go. Let's get squared away. Ooh, what is up with this? What is up? All right. All right. I don't know. What? Wait, hold on. What a way to start the show. This tie was too thick, and it's messing with my collar. Anyway. All right. No one notices if you don't make it apparent, Sam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. Let's put the lemon into the water like we do every single day. I'm ready to go. I'm feeling wonderful. I don't know why I'm so cooped up here in this tie. And you know why? When I'm at my stand-up desk back home in a couple days, everything will be bright as rain, you know? Let's put the lemon into the water without getting lemon all over myself. This wedge was tough. It's a tough wedge, babe. But let's take a big sip of the lemon water. I worked out today, sweated my face off, feel unbelievable. I hope you feel good too. If you're not working out, you're going to have trouble trading. I'm telling you right now, working out will make, I believe, everything in your life better that you do with your mind. Wow, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for each and every one of you for coming on in. All right, let's break it down. Let's talk about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin like we do every single day. Shot. Always a mess up here. I'm feeling funny today. I don't know what it is. I'm feeling fluid. I'm not feeling fluid. I'm feeling sticky. I got to get in the zone. Let me get no eat, no pay going. I think that'll put me in a good mood. You know what I mean? We got gains in the trading group to talk about from last night. BLZ, Blaze, Bluezell banging on up to the upside. Shout out to everybody here. No eat, no pay, baby. Let's get it in. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on into the live, baby. All right. I'm going to get the show going. I'm telling you. I really am. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I don't know. My last day of medications. I'm on these crazy meds. I showed you guys the meds on, did my team put out the meds yet? I posted them. Did you post that out, Sean? Post taking those meds, man. It's disgusting. Anyway, shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's break down Bitcoin like we do every single morning. I'm looking at LPT. It broke out after a bounce from the 618 Fibonacci. I'd be looking for a flag on the 4-hour or the 1 hour for a possible continuation to the upside. Let me actually change the screen because it's not on the right screen. Dude, today is one of those days, man. Today is one of those days. Looking at LPT. LPT just broke out. We got tight moving averages. This thing looks like it's going to make a move. High, higher low. It's a definitive higher low off of resistance. Live peer. It's also been getting kind of talked about on token metrics. MEXC is the place to be. Shout out to everybody here on the live. And I appreciate each and every one of you for kicking it with me every single day. Let me get the chat out. I can't wait till I have a team and we can have someone can be doing this from the remote section. Shout out to the 254 beautiful souls on the live. 84 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. What show are you going to get more information? What show are you going to make more money? What show are you going to get more insight than the Crypto Lifer live stream every single day, baby? Who's more consistent? Nobody. Who looks better? Nobody. Who sounds better? Nobody. We're here for you every single day of the week, baby. Crypto Lifers. We don't take days off because we love being consistent. That's what we pride ourselves on every single day. All right. If you were in the trading group last night, before I went to bed, I talked about BLZ. I was up to 1 in the morning last night in the trading group. Can you believe it? Grinding. And I saw Bluezell likely going to make a push to the upside out of this 15-minute. And what happened? Bluezell made a beautiful 17% while you were in bed. I put this out to the trading group last night. I didn't post a lot, too. You know what I mean? It's not like I posted 17 trades and I'm like, look, this one hit. I only posted 2 or 3 trades. BLZ to the upside. Here it is. And I'm talking about BLZ, and I'm teaching you. If it can hold the POC, it can go for that target. 4 hour is oversold. And that's yesterday at 10:27 p.m. Then I'm updating you at 12:54 after it did the breakout and started to retest at 1 in the morning. Then I even posted the retest in case you missed that. I babysat that trade. Shout out to anyone that took it for 17% gains. And now Bitcoin showing somewhat of a bounce here. We're going to break it down and see what happens. We got NVIDIA earnings later on today at 4 p.m. Or after market closes. Just remember that NVIDIA earnings date for August 23rd. All right, their high earnings quality, they will come out today, the EQR. So the quality report, the quality ranking, actually, the EQR. But the idea is this. If they have a good earnings, it's going to really make tech stocks confident, and people are going to want to jump into the S&P, which is going to make tech, risk assets confident, which will help Bitcoin. If they have a horrible earnings, it's not going to be good, and it can force people to leave the market, forcing we really, really want to see AMD have a good earnings report today. So I wouldn't trade too heavy until after their earnings report. And you'd be like, Sam, that's so strange. It's a cryptocurrency. We trade cryptos. We don't trade. I know, I get it. But this is just kind of how it works. All right. So we also have a Jackson Powell speech on Friday. Yes. And what he says will be hawkish or dovish. People will be waiting for that. All right. So I just want to put that on your radar. Write it down. Today is earnings for NVIDIA. And it's going to be a big deal. Pay attention to what's happening with NVIDIA and the earnings. All right. Moving forward, we hit BLZ for gains. We had something else for gains yesterday, too. What else hit for gains? We got some gains in the trading group overnight, and people were just nailing it. We also shorted RUNE last night before I went to bed for another 20%. Oh, yeah, ASTR. Look at my man taking ASTR for 700% gains and 531% gains. Look at the gains in the trading group. Bitcoin for 63%. Next month's subscription paid for. What a blessing. The group's paying for itself. He took the call. He got paid. He used leverage. He made 700% gains on 50x leverage. I'm just saying. And BLZ looks like it may continue to the upside here. Oversold in the 15 in a nice uptrend. I'd be looking for a possible scalp to continue to the upside. You may want to pay attention. That's a trade right there. Hot off the press. Shout out to GF Burke, my man. Smash the likes for the hardest working TA in the game, Crypto Bear Baker. Fed meeting this week. It's not a Fed meeting, but they're going to talk at Jackson Hole. All right? Coachy, my man. I don't know what that means. Maybe I shouldn't say things I don't know what I'm saying. All right, let's break it down. Bitcoin in the falling wedge now. This is the channel. Top, bottom, top, bottom, top. You're likely to come back down to the bottom of the wedge. That's how it works out. However, I drew these two yellow lines this morning. I said if we can get a bounce, we'll get a bounce from here or likely there. These are the two areas I was looking for a possible bounce for Bitcoin. Ended up making this falling wedge. It hit the bottom of the channel. All right. If you remember correctly, I drew this channel before we even fell to it. We fell down to it. Boom. If we lose this level, which we were about to, we were going to fall down to the bottom of this channel, and we knew our next target was 25,586. We knew that because we were able to find the pattern that mattered. Okay. And we trusted in our pattern too. I used your knowledge and scored 86% on Matic. Shout out to Polygon Rocker, nailing it to the upside. Sam, do you offer referrals to get people to your Discord? I do. We're going to start a whole referral process. That's something we're going to do. We're going to do an affiliate. And we'll throw you 10% if you bring someone in. And we're going to start an aggressive affiliation process. We really are. And we're going to take over the internet. I'm just telling you. Everyone's going to want to be sending people to the Crypto Lifer group. And it's going to make me more. It's going to make other people want to get down. And it's going to help the entire group. And people that send people in are going to feel great because they're going to help people. Last Jackson Hole meeting in 2022, Bitcoin tanked. That's why I believe the sideways action this week until Powell speaks. Dovish or hawkish, and the market will move. The absolute GOAT. Shout out to BG. Boom. Will RUNE continue to fall? Honestly, the 4-hour looks like we may get a break to the upside, but the daily does suggest that we will continue. We'll take a look at RUNE. If you send in a super chat for a TA and deep dive, do the right thing if you want to take over the show and have me doing what you want. All right? I don't wear this shirt a lot, just so you know, because I'm always afraid that it will mess up the green screen or something. I don't know if it's green or brown. I don't know. And I like to wear this with the shirt. I think I've done this combination one other time. I can't remember, though. I have so many. Women like a man that knows how to dress, right? And knowing how to dress is just having enough things to put on, right? BLZ to the upside, Tenet to the upside, and we also hit ASTR to the upside, ASTR for a move to the upside. We put out ASTR, I believe, yesterday on the live stream. Someone asked me about it, and I had it in that ascending triangle. We'll take a look at it here on MEXC. And we're trading this stuff hardcore every single day, all right? And where do we trade? We trade on MEXC, baby. It's the place to be, all right? So you would have joined the trading group where you would have basically learned about MEXC, because a lot of people don't even know about it. And you would have been able to privy to a guy who's been trading for 15 years. So if you join my trading group, you get me, 15 years. You get my elite, people that haven't been in the group for about 2 years, that have sat with me for over a year and a half and really learned the science of what I teach and scan the market every single day. So join the trading group and then join MEX Global, man. MEX Global is the place to be. If you're not on MEXC, you're playing games. I'm telling you right now. If you look at it, look, zero spot maker and taker fees. If anyone new's watching right now and you want a dollar cost average into the game, you're not even a trader, you just want to get started. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think I'm saying you should be taking this financial advice, but I wouldn't want to pay any fees. That's something that I wouldn't do. So this is zero fees. Like if you DCA into Bitcoin today and you buy $500 at a time, you won't pay any fees. All right. Bitcoin getting a nice spike to the upside at 25,982 after bouncing off the low of 25,800. Even wicked a little bit to 25,815. And that ended up holding. This area ended up holding for a bounce to the upside. This is a falling wedge. Falling wedges do break up 68% of the time. All right. I almost feel like it was a wedge that fell out and broke back inside, but we can still say it was in this channel, so to speak. Can it break to the upside? Measured move would be the length of the pole. We do have a capitulation, divergence here. My mind drew a blank. A divergence here. And that usually tells us that high should be your secondary high. I also see something else that I'm going to draw in a second on another chart just to break it down. Let's take a look at our 1 hour time frame. Our 1 hour is kind of curving, suggesting that it can get a bounce back to the upside, showing signs of life. And even though it's weird, I see this kind of as a shoulder. This is a head, and this is a right shoulder. It's a very strange inverted. Actually, no, here's the inverted. I misspoke. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. As messy as it is, that's an inverted head and shoulder that would like to break to the upside, showing signs of life. That 4 hour is overbought still, though, which is very strange, and you have major resistance literally right there. Like you can't get back above 25,100. So again, I remain bearish unless we can get back above 26K. Even 26,300, this major resistance right here for Bitcoin. However, there's a chance that the 1 hour does make a move to the upside, but it has to break above 26,110. If you don't get a break above 26,110, I would expect more downside. So can this inverted head and shoulder break us to the upside? Can the 1 hour push us? Can the 7 minute change the day? Right now, the 7 minute is getting a little overbought too as well at the top of the channel. And let's get rid of some of my other work here. Eventually, if you know my sauce, you'll get to know it. If this is your first time here, just bear with me. All right. So what am I seeing here for Bitcoin? I mean, this is trying to make a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, even though it's really messy. Let's take a look at what BOOKMAP is showing us on the liquidity side and see what's going on. How's everybody in the chat? So I'm getting some big signals, all right? And we should get mixed signals for Bitcoin today because of the meeting, because of the NVIDIA, because of the Fed meeting. It's going to create the next few days kind of iffy. People are going to be wanting to watch the market to see what it does. Stay positive, healthy, and pray to God and help others out. Amen. Mr. Price, sir, Crypto Lifer, have you been having problems with MEXC lately? Never. No. Actually been having great times with MEXC. No problems with MEXC. I've never had issues with MEXC, but of course I would say that, right? I mean, I promote it, but I honestly would tell you if I had an issue with it. I've never had an issue with it. Every once in a while I'll see someone say their stop loss or something's not being... I've never had any of those issues. You know what I mean? Everything seems to work great for me on MEXC. It just, Anyway, 7 minute is overbought. You would expect some sideways price action. There's your 21 SMA. So here, just take the 7 minute, flag it out. If the 7 minute can stay in a flag, kiss the 21, we can get a scalp out. If we can get a scalp out on the smaller time frames, the 1 hour can follow through, and we can break above this resistance. So I'm seeing if the 7 minute can kind of get us out of the zone, but right now there is a pullback on the stochastics. Look for sideways price action till we can kiss the 21-day moving average. If you're having trouble with MEXC, you probably need a better PC. My work computer lag and messes up MEXC all the time. My home PC works like a charm. Sometimes MEXC can only be glitchy. Just have to take your time. MEXC quickly became the best around. Latency has been my problem. Yeah, I never have any issues, but I spend a lot of money on my computer systems. Like, this is a $3,000 laptop that I travel with, and it's like a gaming laptop, you know. Anyway, so this is Bitcoin in a nutshell. I do see a move up, though. This is interesting. Let's take a look if we're going to get short squeezed here or not. Let's find the liquidity. Funny, I watched Patrick Whelan. If anyone knows Patrick Whelan, he's a trader. I was watching him go over BOOKMAP, and he kind of does it just like me. And it's funny, he started BOOKMAP being like, I may not use BOOKMAP like everybody else. And I was like, man, he sounds like me. And then I was like, let me hear what he's going to say. I was like, does he use it like me, or does he use it like, is he different? And it's funny, he uses it just like me in the same way. He's like, if I'm going to short, I'm not shorting unless I see a bunch of liquidity to the upside. He's like, if I'm not long, I'm not long until, pretty simple. Coinbase was acting up that day, was nasty. Yeah, at work, I chart on TradingView and use MEXC on the phone. At home, MEXC all the way. Amen. I'm having network loss or no connection issues on MEXC. Interesting. USDT inverted head and shoulder also. Interesting. So this is BOOKMAP. If you're new to the channel and you have never seen this before, this is a heat map order book. It's showing us where the orders actually lie. Bybit futures, OKX, Binance futures. It's just showing us where the most orders are in the market. Where the whales hide, that's where the price likes to go. So if there's huge orders in one direction, it tells me to be careful. So when we zoom out, we can see there's big orders here at 25,000. It suggests that we go lower. It suggests we can go higher up to 26.5. But literally, they've had liquidity between 26.5 and 25.5 for the last 2 days. We've been kind of balanced. Usually, you'll touch the closest liquidity. So see how this close? So this tells me that we might touch 26.5 first. However, if we had to call it and make our last final assumption, it suggests that we will go lower. There's more liquidity below than there is above. There's 753 Bitcoins. There's only 300 Bitcoins there. So they'd rather take these, if you add it up all together, it's about 1,400 Bitcoins right in this area between 24,000 and 25. So big orders right there. And the darker the red, the bigger the order. Right now we're sitting on big orders, but this order is bigger and there's more liquidity to the downside than to the upside for Bitcoin. So clear as day with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. As it becomes a hedge against fiat and everything begins to change, we're going to start to see, more and more people wake up. I believe Bitcoin's going to continue to gain momentum. It should never be as strong as it is, and it's continuing to push every single day. So shout out to everybody here on the live. I appreciate you all. I see USD as a Bart Simpson on the 4 hour. Interesting. All right. I am here, Sammy. Just busy. Shout out to Judge Bibbles. Judge, when you weren't here, man, I started freaking out, man. I was like, where's my Bibbles, bro? Have you played with Trading Light? Have it now. Your subscription. Different versus BOOKMAP. Thank you. I think someone told me about Trading Light, but I forgot, Sam is the most dedicated mentor in the game. Join the 99 and get the education you deserve. Exactly. Let your money work for you. Have someone that's so dedicated that your money really works for you, man. Have the best teacher of the game, the most educated, the most dedicated. Left shoulder on Monday, right shoulder just happened, 15-minute time frame, Bitcoin. Interesting. I'm not in everybody's brain, so I can't pick up as fast as you, and I have so much in my head at any given moment in time. So we're going pretty sideways at 26,000. It looks like we're going to go sideways for a while here for Bitcoin. Granted, we get some crazy move on the smaller time frame, and now we're just kind of bullishly consolidating sideways here. And again, I'd watch the 7-minute inside of this falling wedge. As long as it stays in the falling wedge, and if it can stay above 25,950, 25,942, that's an even better plus for us. All right. So the 4 hour looks bearish. The 4 hour suggests we go to the bottom of the channel right off the bat. Let's see if the 1 hour and the smaller time frames can break us back above resistance here. And if we can get above resistance on the smaller time frames, there's a chance that we won't go too low on the bigger time frames. All right. Do you hold SFP, or is that a coin you only trade, not hold? I do not hold that coin. Not at all. Not at all. All right. Hey, Sammy, it's a small dent in the 5100 siphoned off Bitcoin off Binance 55 minutes ago, just for your information. I don't get it. The 1 minute shows head and shoulders. There's a bunch of folks on MEXC order book selling 20 or more Bitcoin at any given moment and buying up. There's a bunch of folks on MEXC order book selling 20 or more Bitcoin at any given moment. Probably go down first and then up. Bart vibes to the upside. I don't use probably. I just look at the charts one day at a time. We are getting somewhat of a short squeeze here into this liquidity up at 26,001, right? And if you ever can't see it, I will toggle my liquidation indicator, and usually that will kind of spark it back on. And see, there we go. We can see the liquidations there that just occurred. These are actual liquidations on the order book. All right. Hi from Barbados. Shout out to Shako Gibson. Bart Vibes to the upside, my man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And today we have a big guest on the show. Andy from Bit Consensus will be joining me at 1 p.m. And we're going to have a deep dive. And that will be pre-recorded and come out tonight at 7:30 for the price report. So if you ever know Andy, I've watched him a couple times. I like his trading style. He's pretty basic. He trades just the way you're supposed to trade. Pretty spot on. Bears are getting wrecked. Did anybody see the 11th ever monthly blood diamond on Markets Ever? Hike and Ashy free. No. Max usually has network stability issues. Okay. Lifer, is cake going below $1? Because I'm ready to load up. Shout out to Jay Vay. We'll take a look at cake. Thank you for the super chat. My man supporting the channel with $4.99. That man is blessed. He will be getting great karma his way. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. You're the man, dude. So BOOKMAP. It does suggest that we go lower when we look at all the orders on the map. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. And BOOKMAP will eat your RAM like you read about. Where else can you learn to pull 20% out of the market daily? Join the Discord and learn from the Lifer family. Irish Aries, Matt Stevens. God bless you, brother. Thank you for the love, man. Mexi works fine. Then again, I have 1G SEC here, right? Yeah. Look at 26,182 to buy if it breaks above and retests. I agree with you 100%. That's a good area to get above, I say 133, but you're right here, yeah. If it can break back above even, these wicks, you really 23,200 would be great. But that level right there, 23,206. This level right here at 23,131. Great session on BOOKMAP YouTube yesterday, bro. Thank you for saying that. If you plug in or get closer to a router, you experience less issues. Yeah, you got to plug in, man. 26,250 is the key. Amen. I agree, Pikachu. 100%. I call it 26,300, man. Grateful to be here for my daily dose of alpha and positivity. Thank you, Lifer. Shout out to Sniper Paul in the house. And that's what I'm saying. I woke up today. I had a good night's sleep. I worked out. I went over the charts. I stayed disciplined. I had a job to do. I went over the gains, right? I made sure that I was up until 12 or 1 in the morning. And the things that I posted that late into the night ended up paying off for us. So I love working so hard. I love grinding for each and every one of you. And I will never stop because it gives me a purpose. It makes me feel amazing. And I love each and every one of you. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank each and every one of you. Everybody on the stream, all 500 beautiful souls on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Lecker man, nice going, man. Woke up in gratitude, baby. Amen. Check out Casper, holding strong at 3.6. Just got here. Just lifted and vibing. Loving the vibe, man. My man. Nobody can go as hard as the Lifers, baby. Nobody. Nobody does. They try. They try to emulate. They try to copy it. But they can't. They just can't. All right, I'm going to look at Bitcoin and one other idea here. Look at ASTR. If you got into ASTR, pumping nicely to the upside for a gain of about 10%. And I believe we put this out there on the live stream yesterday. Even put an alert out there. Once it is the alert ready to go, bang, bang, bang. I can see these things before they happen. I can teach you how to see them before they happen as well. You'll have a high probability win rate over time if you do the same things over and over and over again. I'm telling you, consistency will be your key to winning in this game. All right. This red light coin just pumping to the upside. Red light chain getting 110% at one point, holding 80% gains. All right. One other thing I want to show you is Bitcoin. And of course, I want to show you Bitcoin, but I'm going to show you Bitcoin on like USD on Binance. All right. And I just saw something a little differently. Now, if you know me, you know I'm all about the 200 SMA. As long as we stay below the 200 SMA here on the daily, we could free fall to other levels, right? If you want to know the weekly levels, watch my weekly screen share every single week, Sunday night for the weekly candle close, and we deep dive all the weekly stuff. But I believe I have layer 1 and layer 2 somewhere out here on the USD. Hi from Switzerland. Thank you for the nice content. God bless you, Top Train Swiss, my man. I hope the altcoins finally die with the next Black Swan event. coming before the halving. Ooh, that's horrible. There could be one more black swan event. There really could be. I'm starting to smell it out. It's starting to feel it. And honestly, it's that fear and greed index. We need it. We need it lower. For me to really load up on Bitcoin, for me to really feel confident of a big buy, I want to get into the 20s, into the teens. 37 is good, but it's not the best. The best prices are down here. Once you leave here, you've lost the best prices. You really, now you can only DCA little bits here and there. This is where I chunk up. I chunk up into Bitcoin when I get into these shaded areas. So looking to chunk up if we get more and more fear. I've learned that the fear is the best. I like this. Like, I get excited when we get into the fear because I know I can get the prices the best possible. This is when I want it. This is what I want. I want to get into this fear. All right? The new mask mandates are starting. I'm not even getting into that, but you can look at my Twitter if you want. I'm already, we're going to start our campaign. They're going to start theirs. Let's keep it moving. So look at this. We are in control. Remember that. The people are in control, man. Repeat after me. The people are in control. All right? Not unelected officials, man, and bureaucrats that don't know what the people. I'm going to say it again. The people are in control. I'm going to say it again. The people are in control. I'm going to say it again. We are in control. Remember that. We are in control. They are not in control. The people make up the military. The people make up the people. We are in control. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. The people are in control. Do not give up your control. You do not. They don't have control over you. Stop thinking that's even possible. Do not let that in your mind. Do not let that in your reality. Take control. We are the people, baby. They will start our campaign. We will start ours. This time, we're going to start ahead of them. We already know what they're doing. We got whistleblowers. We got leakers. We know what they're doing. We know what they're up to. They've been exposed. Okay? We're going to keep pushing every single day. All right? And that's the most I'm going to say on it. I'm watching Bitcoin on the 1 minute. It's looking like it's consolidating nicely here inside of a nice bull pennant that could definitely break up to the upside. My measured move for Bitcoin would take us to 26,250, and we could reconvene from there. Get some RATM going. Voting time coming. They need a reason for mail-ins. Yep. Never listened to the first time. Won't do this again. Man, Vivek Ramaswamy, I interviewed that dude in Miami. He left a big impression on me, man. And I keep hearing what he's saying. Rage against the machine, baby. I love it. Do not live in fear, everybody. Do not let them push you into fear. All right? Do not. We will homeschool. We don't have to be a part of it. We can homeschool. We can start our own commune. We can do whatever we want. We do not. We can trade ourselves self-sufficient. We don't need them. We just don't need them. We just don't need them, man. All right? We got the love. We got the life. We live in love. Love is the strongest frequency in the world. All right? Mandates do not. Yep. Yeah, get your pocket constitution and memorize it. Amen. Amen. We live in a constitution, man. Right? We live in a republic. Remember that. A republic. They called it a republic for a reason. Public, the word public, people is in the word. Republic. The more you say the people are in control, I keep waiting. Stop saying stuff like that. See, you're a fearmonger, bro. You're a fearmonger, what you just said. Don't give in to what you don't want to happen. Don't say stuff like that. See, even I don't give in to juju like that. I would never have gone to your channel and said that. And you know what I mean? I'm not trying to piss you off, but you know what I mean? Like, use your words smartly. Use your frequencies properly. Like, come on, man. You don't put that out there. You don't write that. You know what I mean? Get smart, bro. Get smart. My crew would toughen you up. All right, let's keep it moving. Shout out to everybody here on the live. 456 people. Do we have a need for banks if crypto is in full play? No, we don't. We really don't need the banking system. The banking system is horrible. All it does is, look, we got a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder here. It's messy, but that wants to break out. I know you don't believe me because it looks insane. I don't believe myself half the time when I'm looking at this stuff because it's my subconscious mind talking. It's not even me. But that looks like it could break out to the upside. And here I am on the 1 minute today. I never thought, I didn't wake up this morning saying I'm going to spend tons of time on the 1 minute chart. The 1 minute over here, right? But I'll watch this consolidation. I'm expecting at least some downside, but it looks like we're getting somewhat of a short squeeze here. Again, it's not amazing because 26,050 isn't amazing. We all got to stick together. They want us fighting against each other. Left versus right. The only way we can win is for both left and right to stick together and understand it's us versus them. Crypto forever. I love you, man. Exactly. That's why. But we have so many people that can't see that they're being oppressed. They can't see it. Like, they can't see it. It's like, dude, you know, we outnumber them. Yep. Subliver in 8 days. H-bar release 3.4% supply. Potential short incoming. Definitely. That sounds like a short. That's a big, for a big coin of that size, 3.8% is pretty big. So that tells me that we do have that we could get a short going for sure. Sand had it unlocking. We got the short cooking. So I like that you said that. When is that? That's in 3 days. In 8 days. 8 days from now, which will be, what, the 31st? All right. Educate yourself. Don't be a sheep. Amen. Amen. So I'm watching this consolidation for Bitcoin. Maybe, possibly get a crazy short squeeze. I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. All I look at is the probabilities. The probabilities to me are that we consolidate sideways here and then get a break up to 26,250. All right. Sammy, cup on handy to the expert. And that's another thing. That makes me different than the other YouTubers out here. I'm really willing to go all the way. I'm willing to put my heart all the way out there. And I'm willing to risk everything I have for each and every one of you. I love you all. I will be remembered in history books. I'm telling you right now, for something bigger than you would ever know. I have a destiny. I have a mission, and it's way bigger than just this YouTube channel and playing with Bitcoin. I'm telling you right now. I want to be in the history books. I want to be remembered. I want to go all the way. I want to put my entire life on the line for the people. I want to be remembered as someone that never gave a damn about themselves and gave it all away for everybody else. I want to be the Braveheart of our new civilization. I want to lead us to greatness. The age of Aquarius is upon us. Can't you see all the corruption being shown? Can't you see everyone getting exposed? Everyone thinks it's so bad right now. It's not so bad. We're just seeing what we never saw before. We're exposing the negative, the pejorative, the low frequency is coming out in troves. It's the first time we're finally able to challenge because we can see the fight for now on. Before we couldn't see the fight. They were hidden. They were hidden. Now we know where the enemy is. And we're ready, and we're blessed, and we live in love. And love is the strongest frequency. And we cannot be denied if we live in love. Remember that. And I'm not afraid, and I'm not going to shy away. And I've never lived in fear. So God bless each and every one of you. So, you know, don't compare me to any of these TA guys. Because I'm way bigger than that. I got a bigger vision. I got a bigger plan. I got a bigger message. I'm not just a chart dude. Look at these eyes. Like, look at me. Straight up. Hold up. This is a moment in time right here. Look at me. If I was with you in battle, I would go to the last fight. I would never stop. I would carry 2 men on my arms and bring them back to safety and go back in again. I'm never going to stop. I'm telling you, I've already shown you my staying power. I've shown you my discipline. I've shown it. I don't have to say it. You see it. I live in love, baby. And we will not be denied. Remember that. Feel amazing today. Feel powerful today. Feel blessed today. I got you, baby. God's got me. And together we cannot be stopped. Trust me. Trust me. Have faith. Have faith in God. Have faith in the higher power. My man. Anyway, let's get back into the charts. But look, that is an inverted head and shoulder, and it is breaking out. Look, if we call... Because, look, it came up here, but then you can kind of say that was a shoulder. That's a head. That's a right shoulder. But you're overbought now. I believe we'll consolidate here. It's just funny that we keep pushing. I'm like, slow down and start consolidating. Stop pumping. You know what I mean? Funny, the 5-second chart wants to get busy. I don't think I've ever traded the 5-second. It's in an ascending triangle. Look at that. That'd be crazy if I traded the 5-second with like $10,000 with like 100x leverage. All I need is 0.2%, and I'll make 20% gains. 10% would be 2%. 10x, 100x would be 20% gains off that move. And it's falling down. Look, it's Nah. Moving averages are far apart. And there's a bearish, look, there's a bearish div. Look, bearish divergence. It should drop. What will happen? It's dropping off the bearish div. You can sit on the 5-second chart and you can teach yourself how to trade. And then you can translate that information to a bigger time frame. It'll blow your mind, you know. He said he's watching the 5-minute for bearish divergence. I just watched this consolidation on the 7. Like I said before, we're going to consolidate here on the 7, 5. 5 looks a little better. It gives me a little more, right? There's some bullish divergence there on the indicator. H-bar, I do some hidden bullish div on the weekly. RSI rising wedge overbought. Daily oversold. Just a quick glance. I have to dive in more. Over 600 mil liquidity at 26.450 on the high block capital. So it's likely we're going to go up to 26.5. And also, BOOKMAP suggests we go higher first. You know. Shout out to Crypto Jeb, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you for jumping on in. What up, Jeb? Thank you for jumping on in. Hope everything's going well with you and yours in Florida, man. God bless you and your new child and your wife. I'm happy everything worked out. I was following you guys. I was worried. I wasn't worried, actually. But I was concerned that, you know, things are going well. I'm happy things are going well. BLZ is just getting ready for that push. My man. Hey, we already talked about it. BLZ looking pretty nice. Okay, so let's go to the all-time history index for Bitcoin. And I always end up getting rid of my layering. Of course I did after I did all that good work, man. Or did I use... Maybe I use Coinbase USD. I use multiple charts all the time, right? Yes. I was like, please don't lose my levels. All right. So 25,980. We lose that, we go to 24,382. We lose that, we go to 21,900. We lose 21,900. We have a little more pinch at 28,900. And then down to 18,728, right? And so this is the levels that we're watching. We kind of really need to hold this zone. You know what I mean? If we can't hold the zone, we drop, and then... But I'm bearish, and I'll tell you why I'm bearish, because we're below the 200 SMA. And I kept saying, as long as we're above it, we're bullish. There's no problems. We have no issues. But now we're below it. We do have issues, okay? We do have a bit of a problem. Now, the daily wants to bounce. What I'm showing, and no one else has talked about on any other channel, is a hidden bullish divergence on the daily. That swings up while that swings down. We got a similar one right here that ended up playing out. That swung up while this kind of went sideways. It was on the 3-day, it really was hidden bearish, though. And this is actually, hidden bullish. This was some hidden bullish, too. That swung up, you see, while the RSI made a connection to the downside. That told you that the high inside the divergence would be broken by this high. And it happened, okay? So hidden bullish divergence is a very strong signal. I've used it many times in my life, okay? I'll also show you how the monthly has hidden bullish divergence for Bitcoin, which is very interesting. Like if you look at the monthly right now, you zoom out real big and you take a look, and I can get, you know, for a second, I'll just take away my work, but you take this swing low to that swing low and you draw an uptrend. You take the same swing low and you draw a downtrend. It tells you that the trend will continue to the upside and will break these highs. And Bitcoin's just going to probably follow its way. I mean, the monthly has a strong support at 23,470. That would be a key area I'd be looking at to load up on that monthly support zone. So unless we break that monthly support, then we may come and test the low, or we would test 19,300 first. So those two monthly areas too are worth paying attention to. I'm a big 2-week guy. I like trading the 2-week chart. When the 2-week chart gets back down below this dotted line, that's going to be the load up zone again. Every time the 2-week chart, in my history of my, you know, whenever I traded Bitcoin since I started getting in 2017, whenever that was a buy zone, buy zone, buy zone. So I use this, and everyone, I'm going to give you some special sauce right now. I use the 2-week stochastics RSI in conjunction with the crypto fear and greed index. When the 2-week stochastics RSI gets below the dotted line and this fear and greed index gets into the shaded region, I know I'm buying bottoms for Bitcoin. It's that simple, and I've done it like 5 times in a row. So I can teach you how to buy the lowest prices possible for Bitcoin by using those two. And again, you have to DCA. Like, you're not going to pinpoint accurately buy the lows, but if, right for here, look, in this period, I'm DCAing until we start to get now once we get above the dotted line, that's when I stop my DCA on the stochastics RSI. So I start the DCA when we get below the dotted line, when we get lower and lower. If we get a black swan, if there's a nasty event, if there's black news, nuclear war, you know, if they say something horrible is coming, I do more, okay? I do more. All hail the lifer, baby. Bearish div wants to play on the 5-minute. You're always giving away nuggets, man. I mean, every time, man. You know why? Because I got so many. And I know God's going to keep blessing me. I used to think, hey, I can't give away all my stuff. And I used to even have staff that say, Sam, you teach too much during the live. And you know what? People are making too much money. They're not going to join the trading group because you give away too much information. And I said, you know what? God will keep blessing me with more information. You know, I'm not going to live in fear. Simple DCA strategy. Everybody can do it. All it takes is patience. Shout out to FUD Expert. I love you, man. Great trading. Same with Cass. 1 hour in the 15-minute. Yeah. I love you, bro. I love you. Shout out to the Van Life Ninjas. Shout out to Guil Herame Marquez. Shout out to Muhammad Ayub Ilush. God promises us when we give more, we get more every time. If I had more money, I would have joined your trading group. Well, what do you got? Just email my wife. Let's put you in for a month, dude. We'll give you 50% off if you had that. If you're struggling that bad, just email my wife. Let us know, man. Come on, man. Don't make excuses. It's $99 a month. I know people in third world countries that save up for 5 months and then join my group. Then they say they make more in a day than they made in a week. Like, the knowledge is here. I know the knowledge is here. Always something to learn in this market. Always a new gem. Never at a loss to get new customer, lifer, trader. Just my opinion. Amen. Can't wait to meet the lifer, man. Shout out to Iris, Aries, Matt Stevens. I love you. You can learn a lot just showing up every single day. Notorious Nugs in the house. A lot of these people have been around for a long time, man. Sees the day in the house. Hunches in the house. Sui is pumping. Interesting. SUI is pumping. Okay. I got something in my eye today. I do not know why. Anyway. So did I not pin? I didn't pin. Anyway, join the trading group. Join MEXC today. I'm telling you right now, it'll blow your mind. We're using MEXC to pay for the trading group once you join. So show up, make gains, then pay for the group. That's what we talk about. I tell people, show up, watch the stream, get educated, make the gains with the stream, and bang. I'm one of the third worlders. You showed me the way, bro. God bless you and your family. I'm one of those third worlders. Sean Nolan, we love you, man. God bless you, brother. I'll shake your hand one day, and thank you, Sam. CK, I love you, brother. I would like to email you guys to see if you guys can help me. What's the email, sir? CryptoLifers@gmail. Next time Bitcoin breaks all-time high, Lifers meetup party. Well, India landed on the moon, so Bitcoin, I think, let's see. I tried to join MEXC with your link, but it said not available in my state. I got to run. I don't think so, but you just got to click the right button at the right time. Do you think the rest of 2023 will be red months? I don't think like that. I go over the charts every day, man. You don't think, feel, or believe stuff. You go for the charts, all right? Let's take a look at the total market cap of all of cryptocurrency and break it down. So you can get caught up chatting and then you don't give enough data. So that's why I always have to catch myself. I'm like, all right, you've chatted enough, Sam. Get back into the charts. The people need to see the charts. The people need the information. I got to stay disciplined to keep it going, all right? So listen, we looked at the total market cap. We have key areas to watch, all right? And we already kind of know what to look for. We've got to bounce back up here to the top of this channel so we can stay in this consolidated symmetrical triangle. If we lose this level and drop down, we're going to get rid of the symmetrical triangle, and it's going to be a falling wedge. And we're going to now have up, down, and there's a chance we can come to 846, even to the low again at $755 billion. This is the total market cap of all of cryptocurrency. Very important we can hold a $1 trillion market cap. 1.02, and it's on the 33 right now. Right now, the daily does want to bounce to the upside, suggesting we get the move, and we have hidden bullish divergence. So I'll tell you right now, hidden bullish tells me that we will continue to the upside. No matter how strange it is, it tells me we will continue to the upside. Then I have this remember this funny idea? Where I make these falling wedges where they break us out, break back in, and then it's still in the wedge, and then the wedge breaks back out to the upside again. I've backtested this many times, and it actually does play out because it's respecting this trend. 1, 1, 1, boom, you know? I usually don't show that to many people, though, because it's so out there, they think my TA is out of control. So I let that slide. But if you've been with me for a long time, I bring you in. Now, one thing that we're looking at is the shoulder, the head in the right shoulder. That has a measured move. That's a neckline. That's a head and shoulder pattern. If we break that trend line, we could drop all the way down to the measured move at 755. So that's our worst case scenario. I'm ready for it if it happens. And, you know, what will happen is you'll drop here. You'll make a bear flag on the 5. You'll retest. We'll put that out. We'll get the loss. Then we'll get a bear's dip. Like, The smaller time frames will tell us this before it happens. You do not have to make these outlandishly long, like, oh, in 2 weeks we're going to go here, then we're going to go there. No, just look at the smaller time frames, and they're going to tell you what's going to happen. I look at everyone all the time that comes to my channel, throws out these random ideas and thoughts, and I'm always looking at them like, dude, just take it one step at a time, man. Stop to wait for a minute. Possible reversal head and shoulder on Bitcoin weekly, if you didn't already call it. And possible head and shoulder to the downside on the 1 day. Yeah, I mean, we have it right here. Yeah. This is the total market cap. Bitcoin's going to follow suit with that same idea. All right. There's our 5 minute. We got this wick up, but now bearish div on the 5 right there. See? And someone said, I'm waiting for bearish div on the 5. Spot on, whoever said that. They're looking extremely similar to August 2016. Charts say historically October through December are green months. Do you think the charts will continue to follow tradition? You guys keep asking me to say think. I don't know, man. Stop asking me to say think. I don't think. Like, I'm trying to, and you might be like, damn, this guy's annoying. Me, annoying to you. I'm not trying to be annoying to you. I'm trying to change the way you think. The masses say think. The masses say feel. The masses say believe. Stop saying these words, my man. I don't think anything about where Bitcoin's going. I believe in the long term because they continue to print money, right? This channel kept my energy in the bear market. Thank you. We're not done yet, baby. Bitcoin looking extremely similar. Love you, Lifer. Love you, too. Shout out to D Shuffle in the house. And everybody, roll call. Where y'all from? Let the lifers know where we're from, baby. Let the chart speak to you, man. Shout out to the 505 people. Where are we from, everyone? You've helped so much. Thank you. Thank you. Johnny B. Bitmart doesn't require anything. It's just like the back alley. You're funny. Don't ever disrespect the lifer language over here. Don't ever disrespect. San Antonio, Texas, baby. New Hampshire, Netherlands. Centerville, Ohio. Tucson, Arizona. Ecuador. Philly, Iraq, England, Morocco, Hamilton, Slovenia, Netherlands, London, Kentucky, Georgia, Phuket, Brooklyn, the Netherlands. Miss you, lifer. Been working on my business. We must link up one day. Shout out to Brick Dorsey, my man. Netherlands, Georgia, Nepal, Iran, high mountains of northern Mexico, Philippines. Your mama. Don't say that. That's rude. Wisconsin, Malaysia, Houston, Texas, Briston, God's country, San Diego, man. Mars, Elon City, Zone Z. Yo, buddy, get off the lifer visit to Miami. Amen. Phoenix, Arizona, Brazil, California, Oregon Coast, Cincinnati, North Dakota, Huddle Ave, Miami. Joined the lifer last night. Super excited to get off work to fully jump in and study. Shout out to Tech. We love you. Upstate New York, Kimberling City, Turkey, Phoenix, Spring Hill, New Mexico, Indonesia, Rio Honda, Ithaca, Illinois, Miami, baby, Colorado, but I'm living in Costa Rica, my man. I'm on holidays back in Croatia, Toronto, Charleston. We want to go to Costa Rica. Email us. Where are you living? I know Jaco, Tamarindo. I even went to Montezuma, San Jose, Columbus, Georgia, Long Island, London, North Carolina. LRC value buy here. LRC, okay, we'll take a look at that. Canada, Ontario, Vancouver, Kelowna, Canada. Kelowna, Canada. Ohio, stand up. Wow, UK, Germany. Australia, San Jose, Norway, Nantasket Beach, my man. All the way from Nantasket in Boston and Massachusetts there, England, everywhere. Once I get my trading bags up, my man. We might break the record for most countries watching a stream on YouTube. Your backyard, man. Get out of there. We don't need you in there. And good morning from Costa Rica. Darth, dude, you live in Costa Rica, man? And that's how you got the mosquito bite, right? Lifer, what are your thoughts on the upcoming... Oh, my God. Don't do that, Freeman. Not right now. Not on this channel, man. Let's keep this channel crypto and just some uplifting thoughts and ideas. Everything else, it's got to go somewhere else. Watch this 5-minute consolidation. I'm telling you, if we can stay in this consolidation... There's a chance we do break up to 26,300. And that's going to be the key area of resistance that we're having a problem with. Arkansas, Estonia, Poland, Pacific, Silicon Valley, Brazil, lifers worldwide, Perth, Australia, Philippines. Wow, it never stops, man. San Jose. Dude, Trondheim, Norway, QLD, Australia, New Jersey, Estonia, Arkansas, Poland. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Lithuania. So Bitcoin, following this consolidative move here, and actually it might even be getting tighter in the zone here, respecting this trend line. But just watch this consolidation. This will be the key for our next bigger trade. You could possibly long right now with tight moving averages and a stop loss below this area and see if we can get the pump to the upside. I'm feeling, I'm getting a trader instinct that there's something brewing here for Bitcoin. The only thing that's 100% probable is the improbable will definitely happen. Yeah. or the improbable won't happen. The only thing that's probable is we don't know what's probable. That's what's probable. In life or sauce, pay attention and prosper. The world is small. Amen. London, Ontario, Silicon Valley, Mexico, Lithuania, Napa. Wow. So that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. There's the total market cap. We broke that down too. We don't want to lose this level. We'll keep you privy to this information. And we're going to look at the DXY like we do every single day here on the channel. All right. 26,013 or 2597 on MEXC. You totally say I'm feeling or I believe sometimes, bro. No, I do not. I really don't. I say the charts convey. I don't because I catch myself, man. I really don't. He's like, you totally say it. I don't, though. I honestly don't. Set your stop loss. Cheyenne, Miami. I think that's called Murphy's Law. Amen. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. That's Murphy's Law. All right, let's break down what's happening here with the DXY. I know I don't say I think and I believe because I've trained my brain not to do it. So, like, when I go to do it, I can hear it in my head and I say no. I'm conscious of my thought and what I say, man. You can go through all my live streams. You can see me not saying it. Like, anyway. I was able to sign up for MEXC. Thanks for your help, man. Amen. See? Very excited and looking forward to the class Saturday. I'm so grateful having this opportunity. Everyone should jump on the class and get educated. And that's the thing. I have so much running through my mind that I need to promote every single day. And but the class is amazing. I teach class the last Saturday of every month. So my class is coming up next weekend, right? Yeah, I teach class this Saturday, which will be the last Saturday of August. That's $100 if you're not in the trading group, $60 if you're in the trading group. So get yourself that discount. You know what I mean? Get yourself that discount, make it happen. It'll change your life. Bitcoin really steady at 26K, pretty flat. I believe price action is going to be pretty flat until 4 p.m. later on today, and I've explained why. I've given you the news about NVIDIA. I've told you, I've explained it, and what's going on. All right. A lot of people want to know what's up with the yield curve. They keep hearing inverted yield, and they, smart people say it on economy channels, and I've heard some lifers say, I don't understand. I don't get it. What are they saying? So I wanted to break it down for everyone today real quick. While I was on the live, I thought it would be a good idea. So the yield curve, when you can buy a government bond, what you do is you're lending the government money. You're saying, here, use my money. They use your money, but they pay you back an interest rate for lending them the money. Okay? Government bonds. Now they have a 10-year yield. They have a 2-year yield. Obviously, you should get paid more to hold government debt for 10 years than for 2 years. Like, you should get an 8% as opposed to like a 3%, right? But right now, no one wants to hold the 10-year bond. They want to hold the 2-year bond, and there's high demand. The rate for the 2-year is higher than the 10-year. It's what's called inverted. So the yield, which is how much you get when you give the government debt, is a yield, right? A yield is when you receive interest on basically stacked money, on stagnant money or money that you hand over to someone else, right? In your mind, it's stagnant. You're putting it into a fund or something. So if the 10-year yield is lower than the 2-year yield, the yield curve is inverted. It's swapped. Inverted yield curves generally lead to recessions. However, they keep printing money and they can't stop. So prices are going to continue to go up in value even if we don't have a recession. Right now, people want a recession. They're seeing recession signs, but because we're at another stage of deflation, where price action is going to get deflated, we're going to get deflation first, and then a massive collapse in the economy. So anyway, when you hear people talking about the inverted curve, the inverted yield curve, all you need to know is that the 10-year bond is making less money than the 2-year bond. That's not supposed to happen. All right? That's not supposed to. Now, Michael Berry has a big short out there. Is there going to be a big black swan event? He's been pretty spot on before, and he may see things that we do not see. There's a chance that he does see something we don't notice. However, I don't think he's ever had an asset like Bitcoin, and I don't think he knows what the halving is. Okay? So, Lifer, do you have any long-term spot bags? I have so many long-term spot bags, it's out of control. I build them here on the channel all the time in front of people. I've got I got Casper. I've got Wild. I've got Bitcoin. I've got GFAL. I've got AGIX. I have a bunch of bags. Do you also live stream monthly candle close along with the weekly candle closes? Yes, I do. I stream every monthly candle close, every weekly candle close. I do. I see bullishness for Bitcoin out of this 5-minute ascending triangle. Tight moving averages tell me that there's a move to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here for a long. I do like a long here. We are at a resistance, but we're consolidating nicely. My system suggested a long could be nice. A 296 long, a stop loss at 25.926, which is tight. Okay, take profit at 26.336, and right again, you have to hold the trend line. The tight moving averages are telling me that the long could play out to the upside. The MACD doesn't look amazing, but I don't really use the MACD that much. I use the MACD when all my other indicators are in line, and then I add the MACD in. I've seen the MACD say a bearish cross is coming, and the Stochs say a bullish cross is coming. 90% of the time, the stochastics will trump the MACD. If the stochastics say you're pushing up, but the MACD says no, I don't sweat the MACD at all. I just trade the stochastics. The stochastics are far more accurate, and they're a better leading indicator than the MACD. MACD is a latent indicator. Stochastics are more leading. All right. We are also too far from the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, you're right. And eventually we're going to pump back to it. I see a pump up to the 200 SMA coming for Bitcoin. I see this as a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. And I even see the 1 hour somewhat aggressively pointing to the upside. So the 15-minute is getting overbought. It would have to get pinned by these smaller time frames. The 15-minute is just that we dump back to the bottom of the pattern. I just want to make that clear. The smaller time frames below the 15-minute are going to have to push us back above resistance for us to remain bullish. You're going to learn how to juggle time frames if you come to my live stream. You're going to get good at the 15 to the 1, the 1 to the 4, the 4 to the daily, and you're going to just get better and better as you do this. Okay? Taking notes, thanks for that. Anytime. Link has been in a tight range for a while. Yes, it has. Awesome. Yeah. Would you say Link is overbought? Send in a super chat, man, if you want me to go over a coin or talk about something that you're breaking down. Lifer, we're going to look at cake for my man. And grateful to be here for my daily dose of alpha. God bless Sniper Paul. Shout out to everyone for the $4.99 super chats. God bless you all for being here. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. And I don't know, people getting disinterested again. They don't believe. You got to believe, man. There's money to be made out here. Okay? Let's take a look at our BLZ. Oh, yeah. So back to the dollar index. So DXY, 4 hours finally overbought with bearish div. I mean, that is bearish divergence, right? Tells me that the dollar is going to dump here. And I've been waiting for the dollar to dump. The 4 hour was low. I wanted to see what the 4 hour could do. We put it in this flag. We suggested it could break up. It did break up. So we kind of called the pump on that dollar because we were at the bottom of the channel, falling wedge, and we were low stochastic. MACD also said lack of bearish momentum, and we got to push. But we have lack of bullish momentum here. The moving averages are too far apart in my mind. You got bearish div. You got bearish div on the bigger time frames too. The daily had a bearish div right there. So this is a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. All right? You're overbought at the top of the channel. I believe it's highly likely that the dollar is going to dump. Now, the dollar could dump with Bitcoin. Whatever black swan event can happen, just like when we had the SPF. So people just look at the DXY and they're like, oh, DXY is going to dump. I'm going to long BTC. They are inversely correlated, but there's other baskets of currencies that affect the DXY. For instance, the DXY can dump if people jump into the euro or jump into Japanese yen more. But what if they're not buying Bitcoin? They're just changing they're just changing currencies. So remember, they are somewhat correlated. One's a risk on, one's a risk off. Like, you want to get into Bitcoin, it's a risky asset, but you don't want to get in when the market's shady. You want to get into the dollar when the market seems more solid. So, but look at this MACD about to cross. RSI is super exposed, and the stochastic just double humped. And we've been watching this closely. I'm waiting for this bounce for the dollar to the downside. I am predicting and projecting that the dollar will break down. I did not say I think, I feel, or I believe. The charts convey through bearish divvy that we're going to move to the downside in a rising wedge. All right. The only positive thing is that we did flip the 200 SMA on the daily, which is actually a good sign for if an asset wants to continue to the upside. We want to see this to flip back below. We want to see the 4 hour and the 1 hour to get back above the 200 SMA. Give someone in chat a free chart. Love Legos. God bless you, man. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Lifer, can you take a look at AKT? We'll take a look at Cake and AKT real quick as we continue to move throughout the channel here. And there's the push right there to the upside. You're already in the money if you entered the trade right now at that actual location. In the money. And then it's about to break out to the upside. See that? From the entry, trade is already up at 10x leverage, 2% gains. Look at that. And I'm 10 to 20x leverage, usually no less than 10x for me personally. Just not worth it, you know. But I'm predicting this pump out of this to the upside based on the tight moving averages. All right. So far, so good. But, you know, let's see if we can get it. We did cross the dotted line. Now, even the RSI itself is inside a bull pennant. I'm telling you, I put the RSI in bull pennants. They break out. And now we load up BOOKMAP. That's a bit of, we're going to get the short squeeze. Okay. Now, you are getting a bearish div as that swings down, that swings up. But it's, you know, can we continue? Stochastic suggests we can get the pump. We may lackluster here and then just dump. This is a resistance. Remember that. Once I'm up even that much, I take my stop loss and I shave a little bit. I usually shave whatever I'm up. So if I go up 4%, say I have a 10% stop loss. I'm in the trade. An hour goes by. I'm up 4%. I'll take 2 to 4% off the stop loss. You get it? Mathematically, I'm going to take as much risk off the table every single chance that I can. I'm battling the market maker every single day to stay alive. Every single day. Okay? The more you trade, as a swing, either you're dollar cost averaging or you're swinging that stop loss into break even as soon as humanly possible every single time. I'd rather have 10 trades that all get stopped out at break even and 1 trade run than have 5 trades that lose a little bit, 1 trade that wins. If I just keep bringing that stop loss to break even. And that's why I teach you how to use the bot for alt trading. Alt trading is amazing. We're going to start working with them better and more, especially as it moves on. But KuCoin was our main exchange, and then, you know, and alt trading had the API. Now Maxi is our main exchange, but we got to get that API connected. Strong green candle for the push to the upside. Kind of a cup with a handle there. Savvy cup with a handle, right, to the upside. So, again, another thing about my channel is if you come to my channel, many people see live, like and again, we don't take little tiny coins and pump them. I'll put a call out for Bitcoin, $1 billion asset, and you will see it move kind of the way I suggested it could move many, many times on this channel. And again, it sounds like I'm boasting, but I'm just showing you it's not about me. I could die tomorrow. Any human being that puts their life into technical analysis will be a probable person online. You know, you'll have a higher probability online if you stick to technical analysis. Okay? The TA is that good. The TA is just that good over time. Let's take a look at BLZ and see what's happening. Is it going to continue to push out of that movement to the upside? Let's take a look at BLZ. Shout out to the 513 people on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I greatly appreciate it. Still tight in the channel, no action yet, but showing signs that it can get the push, consolidating nicely and getting tighter. We're still up on the trade from last night as well, so just, you know, pointing that out. Had you been in the trading group, you would have found this tight moving averages, this tight pennant with the stochastics ready to go and the MACD pushing, and you would have learned this. After 4 or 5 weeks of constantly looking at these setups, you're eventually going to be able to find your setup yourself. Then you're going to start posting them yourself. Then you're going to start trading, and then it's going to change your life. All right? Let's take a look at cake. Can cake break below a bean? I haven't looked at cake in a long time. Cake went to as low as $1.22, but bounced nicely back to the upside there at 126. Let's take a look. Whenever I look at anything, the first thing I do is I take off my moving averages, and I look at price action in its entirety. I want to see the story behind the story for cake. Crazy, look, it had this nice zone, and then it just, something really strange happened to cake. Like, I don't know if it was like a massive sell-off out of nowhere one day, and they just went into free fall. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, so cake's at the lowest it's ever been in its life. You know, you really want to see cake get back above 272. That's going to be... Cake is a new asset that came out like 3 to 4 years ago. It's kind of experimental. You know, it's getting some yields, but I don't know, man. You know, DeFi is just not as strong. And when DeFi makes a move back, can cake come to its all? Will cake ever get back to 44 cents? Do you guys think cake will ever get back to 44 cents? Do you really think that? I don't know, because it was a new experiment and DeFi was so new then and it captured a market share that is going to be different on the next run around. Like DeFi is going to have way more contenders, way more competitors. You have liquid staking. There's just going to be more around. I don't know if cake ever makes it back to 44 cents again, honestly. Charts usually do eventually kind of come to all-time highs, but, you know, I mean, $44. Could cake really get to $44? Ah, man, I always remember the cake run. From 60 cents, I got into $44. One of the greatest runs of my entire life. One of the greatest trades of my life. And then on top of it, it's one thing to own a stock, but it was making $1,000 a day in DeFi. Like, that's insane. The cake returns were just insane. So, cake, that's a bear flag that could continue to the downside. To me, it's so experimental. There's, like, no real fundamentals here. Like, for me, I can't trade it unless it gets back above 181. I own some cake and I keep it staking. But to now, at this point, it's an experiment for me. Like, who knows what will happen. The daily suggests you can bounce back to the top of this channel. You got a little bit of bullish div beginning to form here on the RSI. It does suggest you will get a bounce, but, you know, I kind of said all I could about cake for now. I love cake. I have this, you know, it helped me. It put me on the map. I got 8,000 subscribers on my video that I put out. It said I got 8,000 subs on one video. And at the time, I think I had like 12,000 subscribers. So cake was like the main thing that really put me on the map, man. When I found cake and was really to explain to people that cake was going to blast, I mean, people just were like, wow. So I found this ASTR, right? And I said buy zone. Thing racked up 150% gains. Okay, first we had it here, went up 20%. Then I redrew it and we hit it again. Both took about 5 to 6 days. We've been watching it since. Oh. Summer bite it? Yeah, Summer bought it for you. You're so beautiful, you know that? I love you. I love you. You know, whenever I say hi to my kids, my dad used to take the back of his hand and rub my cheek, right? Ooh, you know. And I do the same things to my kids that my dad does. Whenever my kids are around me, it reminds me of my dad. And I say the same things my dad said to me. Oh, you little, you know, like, I even changed my voice like my dad. He's like, he's in me, man. He's in me. Yeah, baby? Oh, that's for the chair. I'll put that back later, all right? It's supposed to stick on the bottom of the chair, but some reason it's coming off. So AKT on the 1 hour looks like it could continue. I'd be careful. When things pop like this, I go to the daily, right? I look at my 21 SMA, and I say, how far am I from the 21? And if I'm just too far away, I decide that, you know, and I also look for bearish divergence. AKT would probably be a pretty good place to begin to short right now, in my humble opinion. Yes, we may be able to scalp it on the smaller time frames. You know? You can't put it past a small time frame scalp, but, I mean, it went on such a rally, it's going to have to pull back, right? Thank you, sweetie. But AKT will have to pull back, right? Could it pump up to 211? There's a chance. To me, it's too high risk. I wouldn't trade that. The setup looks possible, but because of how beat up it is on the bigger time frames, I'd be careful to scalp the smaller ones. All right. For me, I'd be looking at like the daily or the 3-day and seeing how extended it is, and you know, 2-day, daily, and I would be pulling a Fibonacci from Impulse. And I'd be looking for this to either consolidate sideways up here, which is, you know, very bullish, or come further down to the 618 inside of a falling wedge. And then that would be my next area to get back in, and it may take 30 days to 40 days. Now again, like I said before, the 1 hour may pump out of this smaller flag. But that's just, you're going to have to ask yourself what kind of trader you are. Do you take those risks when the daily's overbought? I don't. You know what I mean? I used to, and too many times I decided there's better trades out there. Like, why don't I look for a low daily and find a 1 hour scalp? Why scalp a 1 hour when the daily's high, when I can find a low daily when the 1 hour is high, when the 1 hour is in a good shape? So I know there's better out there, and I know we can find better out there. So that's kind of how I look at it. All right. Nice little flag that we did catch another gain out of AKT. We did put this flag out there for you, and we did catch another move to the upside for AKT, Akash Network. But I'd be looking for it to come back down. That level that I'd be watching for keenly, right, is going to be somewhere in that $1 area, you know, conveniently. And it could be a little higher. We might get the 0.5 at 116, but a pullback needs to occur. Nothing goes up forever. It pumped up here, beautiful pullback. It pumped up here, beautiful consolidation. Now, what if it consolidates sideways and kisses the 21 up in here? That's how we know we're going to have a... So I watch consolidation. how price action consolidates gives you the probability. So listen, if we watch this for the next 3 weeks and it goes down here, then it makes a bullish div on the RSI and it gets super oversold on the RSI and the stochastics, there's a likelihood we can trade it up. And the moving averages will come and they'll get really close and tight. Now, if it goes up and down here and it stays super tight and the moving averages come and get tight, then we know, boom. So like, I already know when to long this thing. You know what I mean? Because I know price action doesn't, like, everything moves in the way price action, you know, Casper went to the 618. This went to the, look, and you can backtest this stuff. And if you don't know it, you can continue to teach it to yourself because it will reiterate. Like, that's an 886 retracement if I've ever seen one. I mean, right there, 886. I mean, what else do you want? Right? Now look at this. Look at this impulse. Where did that go? To the 618 on a wick in the golden pocket. That was a buy zone, and then the 0.5 was your final buy zone. The 382 was your final buy zone, and then you were gone. Look how it respected the fibs. It walked up the fibs. Insane. So if you're not using Fibonacci, you're missing out on a whole world. And you're also using emotions because you're not getting back into trades at the right time because you're not waiting for the proper reset. You're just not. Doing whatever you want with your emotions. And honestly, it's very hard. To control your emotions will be the hardest thing you've ever did. I sold Caspa. I want to get back in. I refuse. I drew this right shoulder. So far, it has now made a right shoulder. That's likely to dump on you. Look at the 2-day. Look at the 3-day. 3-day just crossed below that line. 3-day just came to the dotted. The last time we came to the dotted, we were right there. We had a pre come up, and then most of the dump, you know, we came up a little bit, but most of the dump happened below that dotted line down here. You got bearish divergence. You got a swing up to a swing up and a swing down on the RSI. You must heed that, right? So I've already drawn these fibs now. From this impulse, I'll take this impulse now. And of course I want to get back in. Of course I freaked out when it started to pump. I sold it 4.3. It went all the way to 3.8. Then it went back to 4.4, 4.5 almost. It was above myself. I didn't live in fear. I said, okay, then I'm not meant to have that coin. I'm really happy I made the gains. I focus on the gains that I made, not on the have to buy, on the get back in idea. I also know that the 3-day chart needs to touch the 21 and interact with it nicely. And it will usually break below it and then reset. Look, even if you longed when you got above the 21, boom. Longed when you got above the 21, boom. Shorted when you got below the 21. I can teach you so many cool, interesting concepts that will blow your mind. And I'm picking up more every day because I'm not stopping. So every day that I add more to my collection, add more to my toolbox. Every day I don't take a day off is a day I expand and I separate myself. It's like a little jogger. You're jogging. The other guy's jogging, but he keeps taking a break. Every time he takes a break, you gain a foot. Eventually, you're 10 miles ahead of that guy. And that's what I want. That's what I strive my life. I want my livers to be 10 miles ahead of all the other trading groups. I want you guys to realize that every extra day you put in is a day you gain an edge. I want you to realize you can push harder than everybody else every single day. I want you to get it in every single day, baby. All right? Let's take a look at Kadena USDT. And we got Cake, we got Kadena. We're ripping through these super chats. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Kadena was the dark horse of my buddy. He likes it. He believes it can do numbers. It finally has a bullish divergence on the 3-day chart. A lot of times, bullish div on the 3-day does give you a bounce. Here, it gave you a bounce, but you couldn't break resistance. I cannot believe how low Kadena is. A lot of people like this project. It's got some IBM people behind it, right? It's got some money. It's got some serious names and some people that have done things with their lives, right? To me, 1, 2, this could be a great accumulation point. I don't own any Kadena. I've waited this whole time. I've got the Kadena Mining Club. They were really into me. They wanted me to start mining Kadena. They were all about it. I was talking to them in Miami. Got a little excited. They got me going a little bit. I may revisit that team. Good guys. Had a pretty solid business model, making some sense. But I mean, oversold in the 3-day. I mean, this is something that I would have to DCA in and believe in. There is a bullish divergence on the 3-day, suggests we can break out, but divergence only gets you to the next resistance point. That's what I've learned, the harsh realities of life. In a bull market, all divergence were playing out. Then in a bear market, divergence is only played out until they hit a resistance, and then we dumped again. And I realized That support and resistance are the most important thing. Last week of the morning, Europe closing in 5 minutes. How do you know when it's done retracing? I've been stopped out because I bought at the 618 and it's continued dropping because you didn't buy on the divergence. Clear as day. You didn't add the 618 with the divergence or a support and resistance zone. Like you didn't. I have a 12-point checklist, a 9-point checklist. You didn't use my 9-point checklist. You just used one part of my checklist. Oh, it's at a 618. Yeah, but are you at a point of control? Are you at a previous support and resistance? You know what I mean? So if you're on a VRVP point of control and you're at a 618, now you have a higher probability of getting in. You need to add more. You need to add more checks to your checklist, man. All right. You're a beginner and you want expert status. Join my trading group if you want it. We're going to give it to you. All right. Shout out to Freeman. If you check the last 3 tops on DXY dailies and pull a fib, the first top to the top, you can see that the second top to the 786 and the last topped out at the 0.65. DXY is coming down now. I believe so too as well. 100%. Their issue was they started with the ASIC mining, not the people, my man. Yeah, you're right. They started with the miners, and then now everyone's selling it off. KD Miner NFT is a nice project. Let's look at ALGO. Someone's asking about ALGO. ALGO, I'm sorry if you love ALGO. I bought ALGO at 30 cents. You know what I mean? I believe it'll go back to, $2 or $3 at one point. But I'll be honest, like, if you fell in love with Algorand and you, like while we were making money off Caspa and you were loving Algorand, I mean, you got to be on the right coins at the right time to make money in this market. You can't sit in garbage. You can't just sit in garbage, like, you know. And I'm not trying to say this is garbage, but I mean, come on, man. This is at its all-time low. Like this is horrible. You either like this project and you buy it because you believe in it. There's nothing else I can say about it. You know, number one, the guy was like cool with Gary Gensler. Didn't he go to MIT? So I thought it was all gravy. Next thing you know, they name it as security. Like I can't figure out this game at all. They say he's one of the smartest dude. He created zero fault tolerance. The guy who created ALGO, like he's one of the smartest people in the game. I think ALGO should do amazing. They also do really good promotion. Like during the Celtics playoffs, they were all over the Fleet Center. Like it said Algorand everywhere. I believe they're good. I still hold my ALGO. I'm down now because I hold it 30 cents, right? So do I want to buy in now? I think AI coins will do better. This market cap is too big for how low it is, in my humble opinion. Like, I don't deep dive. Like, here's the deal. I don't buy low market cap coins. I don't buy coins at the bottom when their market cap is huge. You know what I mean? Like, I'll buy a coin at the bottom like Naka or Gala. You know what I mean? But look at ALGO. Like, I'm being funny. It broke $1 billion. I can't believe it finally broke $1 billion. 780. That's actually low for ALGO at this point. But $783 million market cap, $783 million market cap, right? I mean, so what is it? 30x? It 30x's to 30 billion. I mean, maybe, you know, a little more. 40x's to 28 billion dollars. I don't know, man. And the Clintons are working with them too. That's when I gave up. Yeah, I'm gonna sell all my ALGO that. I mean, once I get back to break even, I'll sell. I don't want to lose. But yeah, the Clintons also working with them. I'm all set. I'm not dealing with anyone that they work with. I'm not. No, I've done my research. I'm not a fool, man. I know where the good juju is and the bad juju is. I'm not stupid. I'm not hanging out with this coin. I have morals, man. And you know what? I'm not all about the money. There are certain things that I just won't do. Some people say, "Oh, you can't have emotions in trading," but like I don't really like buying Pepsi and Coca-Cola stock. Like Berkshire Hathaway, he made all his money on Coca-Cola. So you made all your money on a horrible substance that markets to children, rots people's teeth out. Like I don't consider him an honorable businessman. Like Warren Buffett, I'm not impressed. Like you invested in a garbage product that destroys people's lives. It causes diabetes, heart disease. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm not impressed by you, Warren Buffett. You know what I mean? Like, I would have rather you made 100 mil off of like a sustainable product than 10 bill off of Coca-Cola, bro. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not impressed by any of these. I'm not impressed by Warren Buffett and his billions of dollars. He made it all on Coca-Cola stock. Like, what a loser, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I'm going on a tangent right now, but like, I just like, you know, invest in, you know, and I'm sure we're all somewhat connected to things we don't want to be. Like, I probably got an iced coffee one day and it's a plastic container. I get it. I'm not perfect. But come on, man. Don't put your entire net worth on a freaking high fructose corn syrup freaking drink that kills people. You know what I mean? So, anyway, no, research it. Warren Buffett made all his money on freaking Coca-Cola. He also didn't buy, like, IBM or Microsoft early. He actually made some of the worst calls of any investor. Like, he should be worth way more, honestly. Anyway, I don't want to hate on him. He's also smart, and I've taken a lot of his information. I take good and bad from everybody. But come on, man. You made all your money off of Coca-Cola, bro. Like, let's get real, right? I made energy drinks. Still not proud, you know? Grass-fed. And again, I'm not going to say I never did it. I used to work in the TV industry. I'm going to say something you guys are going to feel horrible. When I admit this, it's going to be horrible. I worked in the TV industry. My first job was in the commercial TV industry. You know the commercials I worked on? Army, right? Go join the Army, right? Which, actually, you know what? I'm a patriot. It's all good. But then I also worked on Pfizer. I worked on Novartis. You know what I mean? I worked on pharmaceutical commercials, AstraZeneca. And I started looking at the stuff I was making. And I was like, man, I wasn't happy with my life. I wasn't aligned. And I knew that I knew the way I made money was going to have to be aligned with who I was. And that was different between me and other people in the world. I would look at everyone else and I'd be like, yeah, you made money. But like, I started a drone company. I was selling drones. But I was buying a lot of plastic drones from a warehouse in Brooklyn and then reselling them. And I thought about it. I said, a lot of these plastics are going to end up in the trash. The kids are going to crash the drones. And I'm just sending plastic into the world. I'm part of the problem here. I said, I'm a businessman. I finally made my own business. I eventually scrapped the business because it wasn't environmentally sustainable, right? My consciousness couldn't connect to the product I was selling. You know, now I sell a product that I connect to. I create the trading school. And then I bring in Master Friend because I believe in him and I like what he does and I've sat with him and I've reviewed what he does and I let him teach, right? I only let things come out that I have control over, that I have complete conscious control over. I don't push products I don't believe in, right? I don't talk about crap that I don't believe in. Excuse me. I don't push nonsense. Not my place to judge others. Sending good vibes and love you, Sam. No, there's a difference between judging and calling things out for what they are, man. You know what I mean? Like, to me, there's a difference. Like, there's too much passiveness in this world. I don't want to judge. To me, it's too much passiveness. Like, you got to stand for something. And at one point, if you stand for something, then you're going to point something else and you're saying, I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, if a guy opens up a cigarette store next to a school, like, you're not going to judge that? Again, I'm not going to judge him per se, but come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to call that out and say that's not cool? Is that judging him if you say it's not cool? Like, where do we draw the line between you judging someone and you calling out garbage? Right? Like, so I'm in between on all that. You know what I mean? Perfect time for the music to end. I like that. I like that. Stand for nothing, fall for everything. Amen. 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 Mark Passio, order followers. Watch it. What is he saying? You have to make a judgment, though. Facts, Sammy. And carry a big stick. You're funny, man. So, ALGO. I see a bullish divergence on the 3-day. This could be our bottom. I wouldn't touch it till it gets back above 15 cents. That's its, like, big major resistance there. And if you really like the project, great DCA. But come on, man. Wow, this thing got beat to the ground. Anyone pushing ALGO to their community, I mean, you were pushing it here, then here, then here, then here, then here, and then you're like, oh, we just keep DCAing, bro. Come on, man. Like, that's crazy. Anyway, I try to make everybody, I attempt to give you the coins that will hopefully pay off. You know what I mean? Like, I was all over Caspa because it was the one making the most money. You know, ALGO really did partner with the Clintons. They did. I put it on my Twitter and I said I'm done. And actually, that tweet went viral. I got like 7,000 views. People really, really responded to that. Lifers buying Caspa at 006 while others were talking about Ben. It's funny. And I made some money off Ben coin too. You know what I mean? It wasn't all bad. But that turned into a mess too with the guy, the Ben.eth guy, and then that dude. And then I was on a Twitter Spaces with him trying to figure out what he was all about. I mean, that turned into a mess. It really did. And then Uniswap taking the coin off. I mean, that turned into a mess. All right, let's break down the news. Crypto broker Hidden Road finds financial allies in pension fund returns. Let's break it down. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. My name is Samuel James Price, and every single day at 11:30, I bring you the news. Sometimes 11:35. It's a 3 to 5 minute segment where I show you what's happening in crypto. If there's a big legacy company, like I like when I see older companies that we've known for the last 20 years, like Google, Microsoft, linking up with Web3 and blockchain companies. So that's the big news that I'm always looking for, and that's really what we want, you know. And then there's also awesome information, main nets and things coming out, USDC getting put on another coin, stuff like that. So crypto broker Hidden. So let's break down the news, everyone. So crypto broker Hidden Road finds financial allies in a pension funds. Lockheed Martin's retirement plan joins other pension funds in turning to cryptocurrencies for better returns. Pension funds are reportedly backing a crypto broker that enables larger hedge fund bets on cryptocurrencies. U.S. aerospace and defense firm Lockheed Martin retirement plans are among supporters of the brokerage Hidden Road, the Financial Times reported on Wednesday, citing people familiar with the matter. So now they're linking you. Big, Lockheed Martin is going to take its pension fund and put it into cryptocurrency through Hidden Road. I mean, if the biggest money, they secured a $50 million in funding in July last year from backers such as Citadel Securities and investment units of FTX and Coinbase. They know this is where the biggest money is. Emerging markets makes the most money. Anyone who's studied and been a financial historian knows that emerging markets are the best times to make a killing. If you get in early, you can turn thousands of dollars into millions, even billions, right? Look at the guy who first invested in like the car, right? Or I believe, it was like a $500 investment turned into like 12 million or something, even back then in the late 1800s or something. So, and again, I don't know if I get my numbers right, but Lockheed Martin, always more visionary than Boeing. Oh, of course. Lockheed's been on point for a long time. They also have had the government contracts, right? So anyway, this tells you that big money is seeing cryptocurrency as the place to be. I would follow smart money. That's smart money. They have billions. Why would they be getting into a pension fund with crypto? Pension funds are also what people need to live on. They don't think the other financial system is the best to put pension funds in. That should also tell you that they don't have faith in the financial system as much as they do in crypto, which is interesting because a pension fund is something that someone comes back to after years of working. Like, you expect that fund to be there. Something you really, really, really should take a lot of thought process and be very, very skeptical of where you put that money. This is very interesting to me, and this tells you that people see confidence in crypto behind the scenes. USDC launching on Polygon, proof-of-stake base, and Polkadot blockchains. Circle. They have to, right? Because we showed you how, Tether was selling them, and they were stuck in a circle, really. No pun intended. USDC stablecoin founded by Circle and Coinbase is launching on 6 new blockchains, including Polygon, Base, Polkadot, Near, Optimism, and Cosmos via the Noble Network. Announcement follows Coinbase taking a stake in Circle in an effort to shore up USDC amid crumbling share of the stablecoin market. Yeah, and so they're trying to fight Tether now. Coinbase and Tether, they have a little bit of a back and forth here, right? Circle Internet Financial, now the sole organization in charge of managing USDC, is set to announce the stablecoin will be launching on 6 new blockchains. So that's a big deal. They're trying to get more market share. That's all. And that's just the battle of the stablecoins. Curve crisis shows pitfalls of decentralized risk management. Top DeFi lenders allowed a crypto CEO to take a risky bet, raising key questions about how they manage risk. When decentralized finance or DeFi took off in 2020, it was pitched as an antidote to the failings of legacy finance. Yes, but they started realizing they could do basically financial acrobatics. I'll move this here, I'll flip that there, I'll grab that there, and do all these different things. And next thing you know, everyone's connected to the same loan at one point, right? Over-collateralized lending. I agree. And this is the issue with Celsius. This is the issue. If we want to be looked at differently than the financial system, we need to act different than the financial system. So that's the problem. My math book is spinning a diamond for market breadth at 8-hour interval. I don't know what that means, Hunches, but I love you. Crypto changes fast. It's completely different than 6 years ago. It'll be a lot different in 2 years than today. Yep. So anyway, this is going to happen. I definitely think, and honestly, I'd watch out for CRV. Some people want to make a play on it. I'd be careful. There could be more downside. We never know. So pay attention to that. And, I do think that the higher echelon of decentralization did play a little too risky. And it would be, but again, people are always going to get risky. If you give them a situation, people are going to take it to the next level, you know? So you really can't stop it if people want to push themselves to the next limit. There's always going to be someone that's going to find a way to hit the extremes, man. Right? And that, my friends, is the news. Hope you had a good time with me breaking down that news and kind of just seeing what's going on for the day. I like the charts a little more than the news, per se. I'm not a big news guy. I just love looking at the math, baby. So let's get back into Bitcoin and break it down. Shout out to any super chat out there. Make sure I got all the super chats. If we don't listen to the major warnings against Complex from Dwight Eisenhower, who was the 2-term president and 5-star general, who would know better than that? I know he told us to watch out for the military-industrial complex. We were, by many people, we were told. Charts all day, baby. Amen. Let's break bread with the lifer, man. Shout out to Adam Wild in the house. God bless you. And we'll take a look at fan funding here and see what's happening. ALGO, Kadena, and we did it, man. You guys are doing a great job. Shout out to the 500 people kicking it on the live. Unbelievable. God bless each and every one of you for being here. 307 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. All right. And remember, join the trading group. Join MEXC. If you're going to start trading, all right. Oh, I messed up big time today. Look at that. You got, guys, I need help, man. I need help. I need y'all to, I need my team to help me. All right. I need help. When you see me make a mistake like that, when that link doesn't work, you got to tell me, guys. Can someone check my links every day on the live stream? That's a job, Sean. I gotta have this stuff. I can't be making these mistakes. And what I did is I somehow meshed these two links together. I don't know how. I do not know how. But somehow, look, they're all a mess. They're not working. It's not good, man. You know. Anyway. Every day there's someone that wants to jump on in, and we want to make it easy for them. All right? So join the Discord. Join MEXC today, everyone. Link right there. So these links didn't work. You guys, if I send a pin message, could you just check my links? Please. I got like 5 team members. So, and I live for 2 hours. I just want someone to kind of review what I'm doing here and there and check me if you can. All right? Thank you. Thank you. Like, oh, he put out a link. Make sure the link works. And again, that should be my fault. But I'm running and gunning, man. And I'm doing 10 things at once. Right? I personally shouldn't be the one sending those links out. But I don't know if I can make you guys. Someone should be able to pin. I got to figure out. I got to maybe make you guys an administrator. Someone should be able to pin here. You guys should be able to pin these links for me. We'll talk about that. See if you can find that out for me. Google it. Now, all right, I'm as the boss. Someone Google if you can change those links for me. If I can make you like an admin or a hire manager or something like that, let me know. Only you can pin links. Really? That's kind of whack, man. And we can't log into your YouTube. I'm not going to argue with you, but I think that's not true. And you can't log into your YouTube account without disrupting this. That's not true, because my wife could log into my YouTube account and not disrupt the stream. That's not true. That's not a true statement. But again, who knows? I'm not. I don't want to battle you, Jamie. But I am anal, and I don't know if I can say that's a true statement. We did it once and your screen went black. All right, maybe you're right. Usually right, man. I'm sorry. This thing finally popped out of inverted. We initially had it here, remember? And then it tanked. ORT. Oratech. Boom. We got the move, didn't we, baby? So we called Bitcoin live for you again on the channel. That's what I attempt to do every day. I want to be correct. When I put out a call for Bitcoin, I want it to be right. Right? I do. That's what I pride myself on. The probability should play out. And there you go. I gave you this trade, and you're in the money now. Shout out to anyone that took the trade. It was a 5-minute, remember? Boom. You're in the money. You are in the money from the entry right there. You are in the money. You cannot complain. Stop loss to break even. At 10x leverage, you're up 5%. Come on now, right? I gave the live trade with the entry and the stop loss. It may not hit the take profit, but all you have to do now is do this. Oh my God, it's a risk-free trade right now that I gave you live on the channel, okay? I do this every single day, and some days I can't give it live, right? Because it just doesn't, it's not perfect. Now we are seeing some bearish div on the 5, and we're getting rejected by 26,150. We got to get back above 26,250 to remain bullish, 26,300. Remember that. Such a key area. Sam, say the word on your YouTube account and make the changes for you. You're funny, man. Absolutely, lifer. Oh, my God. We got a hacker in the midst. Crypto Plumber, man. Hey. When you say lifer testimonials, you'll know you're in the right place. So shout out to anyone that took the trade to the upside. And I give little scalp trades a lot on the live stream. You know, I'm not saying I'll tell you exactly where we're going to go and I'll be perfect, but I will give you 5, 10, 20%. You'll find gains. Risk-free? No, this is a risk-free trade because right now you've raised the stop loss to break even. You can't lose any money on the trade. It is a risk-free trade. No, you know, it is a risk-free trade. I mean, when you first got in, it wasn't, but now it is. So you get in with your stop loss. Price pumps up. You bring the stop loss to break even. You can't risk it. You can't lose any money now. It's a risk-free trade at this point. I already took my profit. Thank you. Amen. Lifer, can you please take a look at BITNET? Some TA, you know what I mean. BITNET. I've never heard of BITNET. I don't even know what it is or where we can find it. BITNET. It's got 2 words that you want to use, right? Bit and net. It's like someone was like really, 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 really original here. So it just came out on PancakeSwap an hour ago, and it's up huge. BITNET. Dude, for wrapped BNB, you guys are crazy. I can't look at this, man. I think it's, I don't know. Remember, everyone, too, I lost this chain for years. I lost this chain for a whole year. Couldn't find it. I had so many different pairs of shorts. I think one pair of shorts I got, like they were too small or something. I put them on, then I put the chain in my pocket. This is what happened. The guys were coming over my house to put in the windows. I had the chain. I was going to play golf. I was like, which chain should I wear? I think I had a big chain. I was like, I'll wear this chain. And I was like, whatever. I eventually put the chain down, and I was like, well, if they come in the room and they do the windows, they may steal it. You never know. I don't want to dangle jewelry in front of work, you know, someone in the house. So I grabbed it, and I stuck it in my pocket. And I think I eventually changed shorts. That pair of shorts eventually got too small for me. I put them on one day, and they didn't fit, and I just kind of like put them back because I didn't wear them, and they sat there. And for a year, my chain, $3,000 Italian gold, Cuban link, right? This thing sat in the pocket of the shorts for literally a year. And I kept going back to the room and ripping the room apart. Like, there'd be days where I would, like, my wife would leave me alone. I'd do some charting, and I'd be like, I know I didn't lose my gold chain. Like, I know I didn't lose it. Where is it? And I would, like, start ripping the room apart, and I'd be like, I went behind the cabinet. I was going into pillows. I was like, maybe I should, because I knew I shoved it somewhere when the Windows guy came in. I was like, I hid it. And my wife's like, nah, they stole it. And I was like, no, I remember specifically telling myself, if I don't hide it, they will steal it. And I did everything I could to put it somewhere. And you know what I mean? So I kept telling myself, like, I know I didn't lose the freaking necklace. You know? Your chain was behind a block. Funny. A blockchain. You're funny. So with that being said, I mean, I love this chain, man. I paid about $3,000 for it, like in the right before the pan. I bought it, I believe, in 2019. 2019. You hit it that good that yourself didn't find it a year long. Nice, I know, crazy. I'm a dad, so all y'all get. You're funny. That chain's badass. You're fine. You made me swear, man. I never swear. That chain's cool, man. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Arthur Farquhar, man. Thanks, man. Anyway, so we called a live Bitcoin call. Awesome. It seems to be retesting and pumping again. The 1 minute is in this little flag here. It's rounding, though. I give my brain, I didn't get the best sleep last night. And honestly, if you don't get a lot of sleep, your TA won't be as good. Straight up. Because you need your subconscious mind to go through all the things you've looked at. Lack of sleep will be the main reason you lose a lot of money trading. You got to sleep right. You got to take care of yourself. The problem with the markets is they get you up. Like, you stay up late, then you wake up morning, and the markets can keep you exhausted. So remember, don't let the markets get you exhausted too. Remember to pull back. Yeah, I dropped some cash on some diamonds from King Johnny in my former life. You're funny. Rising falling wedge, bearish div on the 5. Yeah, lifer with the drip. Guys, I ain't got no drip, man. No, I try to wear something nice. I wear a $3,000 watch. My buddy bought this watch for me, though. I didn't buy the watch, so, you know what I mean? That chain may be a sign for you to look at chain guardians. You're funny. Look at this little flag breaking up now to the upside. See that? That has a measured move here. The 1 minute wants to push up a little bit. We have a major resistance. We got to break this resistance. 26,171, man. We got to get above there. And don't always need to trade daily. You can trade bigger plays and give your brain more of a rest. I love to trade 4 hours in the daily. Pinky ring got stolen, and the bracelet sits on my console because I don't care to get it fixed. Shout out to you, my man. Sorry to hear that. Hey, bad decision. Hey, man, it's all good. You have it now. Lack of sleep keeps me in the bed longer. Not sleeping, but trying to sleep. Insomnia is real and leads to depression. Don't want that feeling ever. Yeah. Did everything you could. Inserts into pocket. You're funny, man. Next time you in Miami, you get in a gold grill to match. Stack McChange. You're going to get me to... Funny, I guess I could rock it. I don't know. I do see this as a bearish div, and it's a big bearish div on the 1 minute. And again, I used to trade the 1 minute a lot leveraged. Like, this is years ago. I was leverage trading the 1 minute. I did it about 3 years ago. And I did it for 4 months on and off. I even had a leverage trading course, which is crazy, right? Funny for me, you know. But look, when the 1 minute started to make a bearish div, I found that bearish div usually would carry over for the rest of the day. And it happened, I backtested it about 80% of the time. So you have a major bearish resistance now, like my man said, see? And you got, look, a rising wedge. And the key is to be able to forget your previous, we already took that trade. We hit it. We move on from there. It's over. It's like a napkin. I talk about trading patterns like napkins. You're done with them. You throw them out. You go to the next one. This rising wedge, now rising wedges break up parabolically, right? Remember that. But 68% of the time, they break down. So unless you're going to get this parabolic run out, there's more of a chance you're going to break to the downside. You have a bearish divergence here, so it could mean we could short the market too as well. I'm going to give my brain a rest. I need a moment. I just need a moment. And I normally never say that. I just need a moment today, rest my brain, and then I'm going to come back into the charts and nail it with y'all. And I'll give you guys an update probably around, I'd say around 2, 3 o'clock today, and another update at 8, just because the market's kind of weird, and I want to kind of, give you guys a midday idea of what's happening. But shout out to anyone that took the trade. We made a trade live on the channel today. Stop loss is at break even. The trade is still in profit right now. So there you go. There's really not much else we can do. I can give you my knowledge and attempt to show you what I would do, and let's see if it plays out or not every single day, right? Thank you, Sammy, for all your hard work today and every single day. Shout out to Shannon Menina. I love you, brother. I love you, woman. I love you, brother. I love you, Shannon. I love you, girl. You're probably a woman. I learned it sarcastically. Anyway, sounds great. Thank you, Lifer. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Grace Protocol. I love you. Grace, you're the best. Grace has been here for a long time. Great stream as always. Thank you, brother. Every day is a blessed day to be alive. This is an amazing experience to have here on Twitter and YouTube and interact with people around the world. Not everybody gets to have their own business. Not everybody gets to interact with people around the world. Not everybody gets to do what they love. Not everybody gets to dress nice every day. Right? Not everyone gets to make laughs and interact, use their personality. I know I am so blessed with everything that God has given me. I'm so thankful, man. And as it continues to grow, I get more thankful. I just continue to compound the gratitude every single day. So shout out to anyone that took gains on BLZ last night. Shout out to anyone that took gains on ASTR. Shout out to anyone that took gains today on the live stream. And I'll continue to push, man. And I'll continue to make calls every single day of my life. Hope everything is good with you, Sam, and thanks for all your hard work and dedication. Timmy313, I love you, brother. Move the stop. Always and always win, no matter what. Hunches, I love you, man. I need some teeth made. I want some Post Malone diamond teeth. I love you all, guys. Enjoying the stream every single day. Stay motivated. My guy, BITNET on Coin Gecko, please. The one you showed was a fake. Really? BITNET. All right, there it is. BITNET. All right. BITNET.money. You're the man, Sam. Crypto Bear Baker. I'm really curious on Binance BNB FUD around sub 200 per coin. BITNET is decentralized programmable money used to create financial systems. What is BITNET? It's a peer-to-peer network that enables the creation of programmable money. That's what they all say, though. It's proof of work. I like that. About 72 million ETH was created before the network was launched and distributed among founders, the Ethereum Foundation, and early investors and contributors. It has a corporate centralized structure and dictates protocol changes both directly and indirectly, much the same way as governments and politicians dictate laws in a society. BITNET has created principles of decentralization, parity, and fairness. It has no owner or central power, and no BITNETs were created or allocated to founders. Interesting. BITNET. Where can I find this thing? On SAFETRADE. Which is like, is that the Safe Moon? I don't even know. SAFETRADE. It's like the place to trade safe. I mean, there's just no liquidity on this thing. It's so young. Maybe you found a gem. I don't know, man. I'd have to do a deep dive to really bring this into my community. Look, the market cap's got 108,000. I'm sorry. I got to move on, man. I got to move on. I hope it makes a big move, and I'm not trying to disrespect you in any way. Yeah, I'm not trusting anything with the word safe in its name and then net and bit together. Just like, come on, man. Like BitWeb. I did it, everyone. I came up with the greatest things in sliced bread, you know? So here's the deal. If this can reset on the stochastics, even on the 1 or the 5, and you maintain this trend line, the chance you make a break to the upside. But it's more likely you're going to start to break down, and rising wedges break down where they began to 25,943. All right, so just be careful. Still really new, but BNB, so that's a plus. I don't trust anything with the word yet. How about SAFU instead? Yeah, if he says SAFU, it feels better though, right? You guys are funny, man. All right, that's what I'm gonna bow out. That's my move to bow. 11:59. Yeah, I don't see a max supply. You're funny, man. Fast is a fast, safe, reliable, high resale value car. Yeah, everything you've ever wanted out of a product of these type of products that you ever buy, that it has that. Does it have? Yeah, it has that. But can it do that? Yeah, of course it can do that. Oh yeah. Of course it can do that stuff. It can do it all. Oh man, not a scam coin, right? Remember that coin? It was called there was a coin called Rug. It was called literally. It was called you guys remember it? It was called like No Rug or Anti-Rug, and they rugged. They actually rugged everybody. Like it's just so insane. You know, you guys. What was the project's name? You guys remember it? If anyone can remember the name, what was the name of that project? 28K Bitcoin tonight. Oh my god. Like the furniture store called going out of business. Yeah. So crazy, man. Anyway, I'm happy we were able to make that long to the upside. Rug me Inu. Yeah. LPT went up. Did it now. Nice little pump on the 1 hour for LPT. Continued a little more. I'm still looking for the consolidation, though. The daily looks good. So I just want to find a flag on the 1 hour or the 4. This is what I'm telling my students, because the daily wants to move, and you're bouncing off a key area. So that's really likely we can get a nice scalp to the upside. I'll be watching LPT. So my instincts, I know how to watch this market, everyone. I do it every single day. I can lead you into the right coins. I can lead you into the right setups. I can help you find the right setups. I can help get your mind right, and you won't be wasting your time. Trust me. So many people meet me, and I square them right away. Within a year, they look back and they're like, "Whoa!" Within a few months of hanging out with me and being in the trading group, they're doing proper risk management. They're using demo accounts to try strategies, and they have a whole new way of looking at trading. Is your RUNE trade still open, Sam? No, I closed the RUNE trade. Honestly, the 4-hour looked like we could get a bounce to the upside. I know, right? But I looked at the 4-hour, and it had capitulated into this falling wedge. I came down here. I sold right in this area here, right? So I took the trade out, called it a day. 150% gains on the RUNE trade. Shout out to anyone that took that. We traded this bearish retest rising wedge to the downside, similar to what we're just looking at on Bitcoin, all right? But now what I see is, you know, a very oversold 4-hour, and I don't short those. So, you know, maybe we consolidate like this and we bounce back to the upside. There's a chance you can actually make a long scalp on RUNE out of this falling wedge back on out. However, the moving averages are very far apart. It would be a scalp. The daily still suggests you have to dump down to the 21 SMA. So the daily says we have way more pain, and we're just getting started, actually. And this is just like I talked about on Caspa. It's this. I do the same things over and over again, everyone. I really don't change it up. And so I'd be looking for RUNE to come to this somewhere. These are my buy zones, really. Anywhere between $1.16 and $1.30, that between the 786 and the 0.65. And I would, you know, now there's a chance it respects support and resistance. So that's why you must always have your, see, you learn one, then you realize how important it is. Then you learn another, and then you start putting weight on different things. And then that's really where you get your edge. Your edge comes from knowing, like, one time you'll be like, all right, I'm going to go for the divergence here. Another time you're like, oh, that's a very strong support. So that's why you need the checklist that I teach. I teach class every single Thursday, the last Saturday of every month, okay? We also teach a leverage course every single Sunday from 9 to 12. All right, you can tell, man, my lack of sleep last night, I didn't get to bed till like 2:30 in the morning. And it's very rare for me. You know, it's usually 3 or 4 nights a month that happens to me. 90% of the time, I go to bed and have a nice trade, have a nice sleep. See, I said a nice trade, man, because I'm trading in my sleep so much. Anyone, that's a cue for me to bounce and rest my head for a second. Everyone, I love each and every one of you. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate you all for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. And I think we should start. We should end with no eat, no pay. What do y'all think? Right? It just only makes sense. Shout out to everybody on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I'm so grateful for you all, and I'll be back tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. May God bless each and every one of you. We made a live trade here on Bitcoin today. Stop loss and everything. So have a good one, everybody. Thank you. Shout out to all the people that sent in a super chat. I just want to really reiterate you and put you out there. Sniper Paul, I love you. Free Mind, I love you. Legos to Life, you're amazing. Joshua Jelowick from day one, man. And Free Mind. And my man, JV. Every one of y'all, thank you so much for your contributions to the show. And have a wonderful day, everyone. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow on another beautiful live stream, baby. Crypto is life. Let's chug that water. I feel great today. I look good. I feel good. We're going to do it, baby. Shout out to everyone here. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Gratitude is my attitude. You have no idea how thankful I am that you came to the show today. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'll see you tomorrow. If that guy's still watching, Van Life Ninjas, he said, you made me laugh today. I'll consider joining. Hey, let me tell you, you know what the secret to success is? Everybody, you know what the secret to success is?